Hey, welcome back. We've got an incredible pen to look at today. This is one of my favorites. It's by Aurora. It's the Talentum, and this is the Black Ops quote-unquote version, or the matte black version. An incredible pen. Now, same nib as you can see that the Aurora 88 uses. One of my favorite nibs. It's also blacked out to keep it fully covert. As standard converter, takes international cartridges. We're going to use the Monteverde Raven Noir ink. I think this is going to be one of the last times we're using this ink, and we're going to switch it up. Matter of fact, I really want to try the platinum carbon black. So we'll give that a shot. We're going to use the Stalogy notebook for this drawing session. Talk a little bit about the Talentum. Pen is amazing, and it does post very securely. It has more of the squared off cap top and squared off on the bottom of the barrel versus like the Aurora 88, which is rounded on both sides. So a little bit of a different feel. Very well balanced posted, super comfortable to draw with even for long drawing sessions. It's one of those pens that you really appreciate drawing with. You feel the quality, the balance, the nib, and again, it's a 14 karat gold nib for these. I think the Mamba, that one is the 18 karat, and so is the Unica Nera. I'll have to double check that. I know the Optima, I have a special Optima edition and a demonstrator, and that one is 18 karat, but this one's 14. Very stiff, love the nib. I'm not too big a fan of very soft nibs, unless they're like a vintage gold nib. Those are great. This one's nice and stiff. You know how it's going to perform, especially for drawing and stippling like this. It's tremendous. Ink flow. I've never capped the Talentum, even for a long period of time. Taken the cap off and put the pen to paper. I have never had it not start. It has always started, and that includes the Aurora 88s. I have the Red Mamba, the Unica Nera, and then I have the Nera Una, maybe? It's the demonstrator one. And none of those have ever, hard started or what have you. So the seal must be phenomenal in these pens. Very reliable. At the same time, you feel the quality. It's one of these pens that just disappears in your hand. You just forget it's there until you look at it again and realize you're drawing with a tremendous pen. It just disappears, and that's really nice for any pen to do. You don't want it to be an encumbrance and something that's in the way of you writing or drawing or doing whatever you're doing. So love it. I got on a kick with the stealth pens. So I know I have the Aurora 88, I have the Talentum, and I bought a few other ones, a Stipula, Etruria, and it's the Gorilla. Matter of fact, I have two of those, two different size nibs. Love Etruria. Matter of fact, I have a subscriber or someone who watched my videos, and he and I were going back and forth, and he also is a big Stipula fan and Aurora fan, so it was nice to have someone else who shares the same passion. But the Etruria is such a great pen. The Gorilla was, I think I have like 5 Etrurias, but the Gorilla is really, it's awesome. It's blacked out much like this pen, so I've got that one. We have the Visconti Homo Sapiens Dark Ages. So I was lining up all my blacked out or covert pens. I got quite a few. I might do a video based on that. Just have them all assembled, and there's a couple more, but have them all assembled and then draw with each one or add a little bit to it. So that'll be fun. I don't know if any of you are big fans of these blacked out version pens, but I think they're pretty special. So in terms of smoothness, this nib is incredibly smooth. This is a fine nib. I have mediums. I think on the Optima I have a medium too. This is the one that I wanted a fine nib on it. I used to have the Talentum that was chrome and glossy black. That had a fine nib. I ended up, I think, selling it a while back, and before I found this one. And I love that fine nib so much, I got this one in fine, and I don't regret it. When you flip this one over, it's a mildly finer line, so I would say something between a fine and extra fine. Very smooth, and as you can see, anytime you want to test a nib, just draw a straight line and see if you can make it straight without it wobbling or catching on the paper, that's a big indication it may need to get smoothed or something. I can't say enough about the Talentum. It is a little less expensive than the 88, mostly because it's a cartridge / converter pen versus a piston. I would think that's it. That's the only thing I can see where they would reduce the price on it. But quality all the way. It doesn't feel less quality than the 88. It just has a different balance in your hand. So if someone asked me about a Talentum, should I get it? I'd say sure. If you're a fan of Aurora and you like the way that nib writes, I'd say do it. If you have not, then I would advise probably that you try one out first so that you're not throwing your money away and regret getting it and regret how that nib feels. These are custom in-house nibs. They're not Jovo or Bach. So these are Aurora nibs, so there's not going to be any other nib that writes like this. So definitely give it a shot first. 88 still stands as my favorite. I just like that rounded ends, but this pen is definitely a good runner-up. If any of you have a Talentum or you've had a Talentum and you have a different experience with it, please share. I'd like to get some feedback from other people and see how they feel about it. If you've made it this far in the video, if you would, you got something out of it, if you would hit that like button and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. We're growing the channel, and hopefully we'll grow it pretty quickly, and we'll start doing live videos as well, and a couple more things. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'll speed up the video at this point and let it play out. And if you have any questions about the pen, something I didn't answer, go ahead and leave your comment down below, and then I will definitely get back to you. I try to get back to everybody that does leave a comment, so and pretty timely. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.